The Iowa DOT is conducting a Super-2 planning study of US 34 in Clark, Lucas, and Monroe counties. Super-2 highways provide passing opportunities for faster moving vehicles, improving safety and mobility on two-lane roadways by reducing the potential of a crash with oncoming traffic. This study is a result of collaboration between the Iowa DOT and local stakeholders throughout the project corridor. The purpose of this meeting is to introduce and share information about the US 34 study and to solicit input from stakeholders about the roadway. We are very interested in hearing from US 34 stakeholders who live, work, and drive along the US 34 corridor so that we can fully understand your transportation needs to determine what improvements may be necessary. All comments are welcome and will be considered as part of the study. The US 34 study area is approximately 65 miles in length, stretching from the western limits of Clark County through Lucas and Monroe counties to just east of its junction with Iowa 5 near Albia. The study area passes through or near four communities: Osceola, Lucas, Sheraton, and Albia. The purpose of the US 34 planning study is to understand existing conditions and future transportation needs and identify possible improvements for future study and consideration. To understand existing conditions and transportation needs, existing roadways and bridges need to be assessed for typical engineering criteria, condition, and traffic operational analysis. Areas that may pose a safety concern don't meet current design practices or where traffic operations and mobility are below acceptable levels will be identified. To understand future transportation needs, we need to forecast traffic levels to understand how much traffic the corridor can expect to serve in the future and if existing infrastructure can serve the forecast travel demands. Potential improvements that will allow the US 34 corridor to continue to serve existing traffic needs as well as accommodate future travel demands will be identified. These improvements could range from spot location reconstruction to safety improvement projects. Super-2 highways provide improved safety and mobility on two-lane roadways by providing passing opportunities for faster moving vehicles, thereby reducing the potential for a head-on crash with oncoming traffic. Passing opportunities are created by providing passing lanes at regular intervals, typically alternating from one direction of travel to the other within a section of roadway, allowing for periodic passing opportunities in both directions. Super-2 highway passing lanes can also serve as climbing lanes in areas with steeper grades. This study will consider passing lane locations and spacing using Iowa DOT guidance. This study will also evaluate potential improvements, such as turning lanes at intersections and paved shoulders. This US 34 Super-2 planning study is broken into three general steps. The first focuses on data gathering and corridor understanding, including agency coordination, existing conditions analysis, crash analysis, and goals. The second step focuses on what future needs have been identified and how those needs may be addressed. The study will conclude with a vision document, step 3, that will outline and prioritize any identified improvement projects that could be considered in future studies. If any improvement projects to this 65-mile corridor are identified as part of this study, it is likely that the improvements will be phased over time. The study will result in a project roadmap that will help to assist Iowa DOT plan for future needs and balance competing construction projects across the transportation system. The study team is currently wrapping up the Step 1 efforts and is transitioning into Step 2 activities. After the planning study, the next step will be to initiate the environmental process, which will include additional public involvement opportunities. Stakeholder input is vital throughout this study. As a stakeholder, you have the opportunity to share feedback, thoughts, and suggestions regarding the corridor and any potential improvements. Opportunities for public involvement include the project website, social media, virtual public information meetings, and stakeholder/small group meetings. Stakeholder feedback will be considered throughout the project and will be paired with engineering and transportation planning principles and best practices to identify the most necessary, sustainable, and cost-effective solutions that will meet the needs of the corridor today and in the future. We want to get your thoughts on the US 34 corridor. How does it function today? What needs are there in the future? Are there any specific stakeholders you can think of that we should include or add to our project contact list? What issues and considerations are most important to your community and organization? Here are the next steps for the study. Your feedback and input will be incorporated into the study. A second virtual public meeting will be held to present findings and next steps and to seek further input. Iowa DOT will then make decisions regarding the corridor and the next steps for future studies and investment. Again, we would like to reiterate the importance of your input throughout this study. Please contact us with any questions or comments you have regarding the US 34 Super-2 planning study. If you would like to receive future email notifications or submit a comment or question regarding this project, you can go to the link provided below. Or if you wish to comment via telephone or in writing, you can contact Hector Torres Cacho, Iowa DOT District 5 Planner, or Gary Harris with the Iowa DOT Location and Environment Bureau. Comments must be received by December 5th, 2022 to be considered. Thank you for your time and attention.